Our school, Michael Nagar Shikhaniketan, government-sponsored co-ed English medium higher secondary, has taken an excellent initiative in conducting online classes through YouTube channel. Even in this pandemic situation, our school did not step aback in providing and enhancing knowledge to the students. So, it's a request to the viewers, please like, comment and subscribe.
Good morning, welcome back. So this is for class 6 and your chapter is class 7th chapter, economy and society. So we shall be starting with the first from your first page, that is the 7.1 age of 16 Mahajanapadas. Okay, so we have read in the previous chapter that's what are Mahajanapadas, how many Mahajanapadas or Janapadas were there. So mainly our concentration of this part of your phase or subtopic would be Mahajanapadas 6th century BC to 4th century BC, that what were the societal reform or societal characteristics in Mahajanapadas where during that time was. We shall be consider knowing that. So we all know during the age of Mahajanapadas or Janapadas, there were 16 Mahajanapadas, which is also known as the Shorosha Mahajanapadas. After that, the continuous turmoil between the Mahajanapadas led to an impact within 2 to 3 Mahajanapadas as a result, as a whole. But before that, how the society of Mahajanapadas, what were people used to do, how and where were their livelihood was, we shall be knowing that first. So as Mahajanapadas, there were, you can see here as a flow chart I have drawn here. I have written Mahajanapada over here, and as these points explain what were the main criteria of the societal reforms of Mahajanapadas. First, what are the main system of Mahajanapadas, like sole system of Mahajanapadas was based on agriculture here, and paddy was the most important crop. Next was the animal husbandry was on demand. Iron mines have been found, number of iron mines have been found. Commerce and commercializations were there, where rich people or rich businessmen used to make institutions, different institutions, and that different institutions used to proceed various kind of commercializations within India or outside of the world. Then crafting of various vessels, potteries have been found, clay craft has been found, and these are the systems or procedures, or these are the systems of societal livelihood, like how Mahajanapadas were used to be run. If we turn the page of from 7.1 to 7. So in the part of 7.1 only, so if you turn the page from page number 100, here you will find the above two mentioned paragraphs, that you will find that there are the various characteristics and systems have been followed regarding the examination or regarding the societal reformment and how the livelihood used to be spent during that time. You will find it. For that you have to read your book properly. After that, we are getting two urbanizations. First is normal first urbanization, you can also say first urbanization, and number 2 is the second urbanization. Now what is urbanization? So basically urban, we all know urban area, rural area, right? So from that urban area or the first formation of urbanization said to be an urbanized, like complete formation of people, a formation of community or member of families in one urban area said to be an urbanization. So what was the first urbanization? The first urbanization was the Harappan civilization. We all know that Harappan and Mohenjo-daro civilization was one of the first ancient and oldest civilization in our history. And Harappan civilization said to be the first civilization, okay, or urbanization. After the downfall of Harappan civilization, after 1000 years, we can see second urbanization. So second urbanization found during the time period of 600 BC and in the parts of northern India. Okay, in the parts of northern India, there we are seeing that a smooth urbanization was getting formed after the downfall of first urbanization, that is your Harappan civilization, and in the year 600 BC. There many distinctions have been, clear distinctions have been found regarding potteries, business, cultivation, agriculture, then various kind of craft, cultural, songs, musics and so on. Foods were there, many associations were there and steady supply of food, like the entire township, entire huge community, members of communities have been formed, and from there we are coming to know about the second urbanization. Our next up is 7.2 modern age from second half of 14th century BC to the first half of 2nd century BC. I have already discussed in my previous classes that when we are going from small to bigger in century and before Christ time period, then always the time period will evolve from maximum in number to the leisure in number, and from there you may not be having any confusion that here is the time period given first half of the 4th century BC, the second half of the 2nd century BC. So here we shall be learning about the curriculums or the stratas or phases of Mauryan society or Mauryan age during the rule of Mauryan dynasty. Okay. So first strata compiles as a society. During that time how the society were there. So there were richer people and poorer people. So hence from the differentiations between richer to poorer people we can exist as a classifications of society. There were classifications where in society richer and poor, we can get that. Next up is economy. It means finances or money. We all know to spend or to have a huge dynasty or anything in our society, we need to get money as a form of resource. Money or finance is said to be one of the important resource in our life. For the entire Mauryan age, economy played a very crucial role in the formation and in the destructions of most of the historians or greater dynasties in history. Likewise, economy is also important for the Mauryan age or for the Mauryan dynasty. First is revenue. As we all know, the collection of revenue were there, and revenue used to be said about the 70% of Mauryan economy. It was the base. Revenue was the base, around 70% in Mauryan economy. Next is agriculture. Agriculture also played an important role to feed them and to have a good labor as a source of energy. So both of them are very important, and both of them played a very important role in the parts to play an fulfillment flow of finances, that is an economy. Your next up is business. So what were the business during that time? There were business of merchants. We have read about in history there were merchants and mercantiles, customs or goods and productions were there. So likewise in business merchants were there. Next is export and import. The things which used to be made here used to be were been exported outside India, and the things which is well known outside in India, they have been imported in India. So you can see there is a flow. If something is going out of India, some other things are also coming back in India. So it's as something going out from India said to be export, and something which is coming back to India import. Oh sorry, said to be coming back to India import. Okay. So as raw materials are getting produced in various kind of houses or factories, you can say that raw materials are getting exported outside of the world, and the things which were in demand in outside world are getting imported back in our India. So this particular business made a mercantile factor, a flow of factor. Hence, it was the core form of business. Export and import was the core form of business. Number 2 is revenue. Revenue, we all know revenue. There were many revenues like land tax and other taxes like religious tax. People used to get tax in terms of temple. If they want to go in temple to preach, they have to give tax for that. People are purchasing commodities from markets, they have to pay some amount of tax for the commodities. If somebody is purchasing some imported items, then they have to give the separate tax which used to be calculated, included in a total number or total price amount of imported item. Next is dresses. So during that time, dresses, the dresses which we wore now, or the dresses which during that time people used to wear, there are like a different path of lifestyle during that period people used to cover, and hence for them style or dress or how they used to make themselves presentable were in very much demand like it is now. So if we are dressing properly, so it's not need to worry, because it is going from many thousand years ago. So being dressed properly, it was the sole item of our humans only, because the being dressed have started from Harappan civilizations only. So let's see what were the criteria of dresses during that time people used to wear. First, dhoti and chaddar or chador, which you can say people used to wear to imply it. Women's also used to wear as a form of dhoti and a form of chadar in his upper half of the body, and wearing turbans were in demand, and putting some customized jewelries on that particular turbans were in fashion. Jewelries were in fashion during that time. Not only women's but men's also used to wear jewelries. They also used to wear earrings, necklaces, bracelets and so on. So cotton was very famous in common peoples, and silk were also famous. Silk was famous in richer families, because still now the materials of silk are the amount is very high. So during that time there were also, we can find here differences of clothes also. Cotton was been popularly known for commoners, and silk is very famous in richer families. Only families belong from royal or courtyard, they used to wear the silk materials. Now next is house. Okay, so what were the items which have been used for making houses? Let's see, mud, then stone, brick and wood. There were furnitures which also been included in the houses for say seating purposes, bed, cocks, mattresses, sofas and many more items for decorations were in demand during that time. And people also used to consider to paint their house from outside to inside. So you can also hear that the paint which we paint now, like in walls from outside inside house, that is not very new to us. The painting system of inside to outside house is very common, which has been started from the urbanizations only. Your next stop is 7.3 Kushana age from 2nd century BC to 4th century BC. Here In above we have read about Mauryan, now we will be concentrating on Kushana age. So now let's consider reading what were the prime factor or prime role which been played in the Kushana age is number 1, cultivation extended to Vindhya mountain. Okay, we have read about Vindhya mountain, that is a Gangetic valley, and the cultivations for in Kushana age considered and extended till the hilly mountains of Vindhya or Vindhya mountain or Vindhya range, which is also is a one separate part of Gangetic valley. Number 2 is agriculture continue to be a main source of livelihood during that time, and Kerala was very famous for cultivation of pepper, black pepper, and during that time various kind of using iron tools were in demand, and using of iron tools have been found in excavations, and Kerala was very famous for cultivation of black pepper. Number 2 is changing of good irrigation. As irrigation or cultivation was prime factor for livelihood in Kushana age, hence changes in a pattern of irrigation also took place simultaneously, which you will find in page number 103 in the box Did You Know. So there it has been said that a good irrigation system for the improvement of agriculture have been found. Many rulers in ancient time, they used to been having a considerate awareness regarding the improvement of irrigation or cultivation, and for that purpose only many scientific resources, through the help of many scientific resources during that time, the system of irrigation have been changed drastically. For say, many wealthy people also used to take a personal care, they used to take an investment to make a huge changes in irrigation system, because from that also they can indulge in a profitable charity. Next, during the period of Gupta age, the increase of agricultural activity came into an amount where their main motive and only motive and important role of their life was only the irrigation and cultivation. After to improve irrigation system, there used to be a lake which has been, which you can also say as a dam, as a kind of canal in present day. The name of lake is Sudarshan Lake. This particular lake has been improved or improvised for the changes of good irrigation, and this particular lake has been remade and rebuilt during a Chandragupta period to a modern age or modern Indian history, and this lake has been considered in Kathiawar region of the Bihar sectors of our India. And this particular more information regarding the Sudarshan Lake you will find in your Did You Know box in page number 103, and this particular lake have been used or been utilized for the good irrigation process or good irrigation system. Canals have been made and the canals have been included in lakeside so that the water can flow and it can provide a good water system for greater irrigation. Next is commerce expanded. As the simultaneous expansions were overtaking simultaneously, there should be some expansions of commerce. First, commerce have been expanded for two vital reasons. Number 1, waterways and landways. So the travelers which used to travel from land in previous ages, then after the era of Kushanas and after the 2nd to 4th century AD, people are getting to travel with the via landways. So this landways and waterways made the expansion of commercializations way more easier than it were had in previous time. Next, what were in demand as a help of commercialization or as a help of business purposes, what were in demand. So during that time the demands were muslin clothes were in very demand, diamonds were in demand, roses were in demand, furniture, silk, perfumes, cosmetics, glass utensils or glass items, then pearls, lapis lazuli, spices, expensive clothes, crafts were in demand. During that time were in demand, and these items used to be imported and exported from various kind of countries. And during that time Chinese silk were very in demand in Mauryan age, Kushana's age, in Mauryan age to Kushana's age. Shall be learning about the development of new cities, which you will find in page number 104, did you know box. So as your commercializations were expanding slowly, and with the expansion of commercializations there were emergence of new cities were also overpowering in various places. So let's first know what were the in which period and which part of India the first urbanizations or the emergence of new cities emerged, developed. So in 600 BC the urbanizations came to be noticed in the parts of northern India. 600 BC second urbanization came to be noticed in northern India. So now let's consider what were the cities first. So the first city was Sirkap and Takshila, which came to be in existence during 600 BC. And in 200 BC the emergence of Mathura. We all know that Mathura is one of the most important cultural city which has been emerged during 200 BC, and the Mathura is completely burnt brick wall, and it has been consisted in Ganga, Yamuna, Doab region, which and with the we all know that the Doab regions, as the Ganga and Yamuna, both the Doab regions, the region is very fertile, hence commercialization, cultivation, agriculture and various kinds of commercialized centers were in much demand during that time. So what were the main idea or main role which were present during that time? Art, sculpture and painting. Mathurian painting, art, sculpture were in great demand, and this as a whole also said to be as a commercial center. So Mathura said to be a commercial center. Next is we can also say that during that time only we can also see the emergence of Chandraketugad as a new city, and the emergence of Tamralipta as a new city have also been found. Next is your religious traditions also emerged, Varnashrama and Chaturashramas. These two particular role used to be played and been followed intensively during that period, and dance, music, drama, games, food, racing, wrestling, dice, hunting were in much demand. And during that time the societal family, father was the head of the family, and they used to consist of various kind of roles played. So if we can say then Satavahana dynasties, the main testimony or the main bearer of a family or a dynasty said to be a man, not a woman, like a boy, not a girl during that period. And during that period marriages also been used or been refrained in the young ages only. So I hope till here you have understood well. In the next episodes or in next videos I will be discussing 7.4, 5 and on. Thank you.
Subscribe. Click on the bell. Like, comment, share.